Hello there, and welcome again to another edition of Smart Money. My name is Rangamakwata. We on this recording, we want to talk about hot tips. So, as an investor, you hear a lot about some hot tips, information that you would need to know that might have impact on the share price. But you need to be careful when you are using these hot tips. So I think the way to get started is it's important for you as a retail investor to be part of a group, especially now with WhatsApp. If you can get into relevant WhatsApp groups that are discussing markets, so it could be some sort of a club, and that club, if it will be good if you have a broker there, or your friends, or maybe just some sort of an investment club. Why is it important? It's because there is a lot of information that comes onto the market, and investing on the market involves using a lot of data and information that you get, process it into something, and come for you to be able to come up with some investment decision. So this information can be quite daunting, and I know that most of you are not professional investors, so certainly you may not have time and the expertise to be digesting this information alone. So being part of an investment club is more like being part of a study group, where you are sharing views and tips about the program that you are studying. And more like the study group again, you would find that one person might be comfortable with a certain topic. Maybe that might be the topic that you are not comfortable with. So you will be sharing according to your understanding, and then having a broker or having a fund manager or an advisor in the group there could be very helpful, because now he or she will come to answer burning question. But the role of the investment advisor or stockbroker in those kind of groups is not to act as a prefect or a teacher or whatever, someone who has got power and authority over the group. No, so certainly not as a group admin, but it's just there to be answering to questions that you might have. So so there's a lot of information that you come across with, or you may come across with, that affect the share prices. So I'll just run down some of the information that you need to know. It could be information to do with new contracts awarded. Say for example, the company is into infrastructure development, and you hear it has been awarded a contract to do this road, to do this bridge, and to do a housing project, etc. That information is important. It can actually affect the direction of the share price. So it's actually very, very important. So related to that, it could be expiring contracts. So maybe someone has been on a very long contract from which they were making a lot of money. So if you come across information that says that contract has been is going to expire or has been cancelled, it's relevant information that you need to know. Issues to do with special dividend declarations. I think almost 12 or 18 months ago, when the hyperinflation was becoming a problem, we saw so many companies declaring these special dividends just as a way of getting rid of $0 cash that they had. So that is another sort of information that you may come across with that is important for you there as an investor. Financial year-end results forecast, very, very important. So you find that financial analysts are always trying to predict or to forecast the financial outcomes of listed companies, mostly focusing on the earnings per share. It's a metric that I'm sure we've spoken about. If we didn't, it's going to be covered in detail. So these analysts are trying to make forecasts, because it is from this forecast that they will then try and do some valuation, trying to predict the future direction of the share price based on its valuation. You may come across information to do with financial transactions. Also, it may be a big company, so you hear that company A is going to unbundle, so it means it's going to take out one of its subsidiary from being part of the group into an independent outfit. We've seen a bit of that on the market, especially with the Insco group, which unbundled quite a number of companies. Badenga is one of them, which used to be part of Insco. It's now a separate company with separate shareholders. Simbisa, it used to be the quick service restaurant division of Insco. Now it's a separate company on its own. So, message to do with unbundling. Also, that's kind of hot tips, things that you might share in your groups that may actually affect the share price. Or related to that, maybe it could be rebundling, where a former independent subsidiary is being brought back into the group fold. For example, recently we saw ZPI, Zimri Property Investments, being rebundled into Zimri again. So that company then become big part of Zimri. We saw the same happening again with Dawn Properties, which was separately listed, but then a transaction was done to bring it back to into African Sun. Then things to do with mergers and acquisitions. Mergers being companies that come together. They could be separate companies or separate businesses. For whatever reasons, they think that if they come together, they are better able to save their customers and create more value for their shareholders. It could be acquisitions where one company is buying another for reasons to do with scale, reasons to do with having access to a certain market, and reasons to do with just expanding the business as it were. Then you may also come across information to do with profit warnings. So companies are required to publish or to alert their shareholders if they are foreseeing a major change in the profitability. So this major change could be positive, it could be negative. So we call them profit warnings. So if profits are going to go down quite significantly, the companies are expected to warn the investors that this is going to happen and that might have an impact on prices. Why is that important? So that an insider who has access to that may not act on the market ahead of everyone else. So it's important that warnings are done. So it's another kind of information. Maybe one last thing that I want to discuss. These are just look at pending legal or civil actions or some irregularities. So things that are pending in the courts, some of them might potentially have some huge penalties. Others have potentially huge rewards. So as an investor, you need to know this kind of information. So this is the kind of information that you can be sharing in your groups. But more importantly, please do not share insider information. It's not ethical. It's illegal. And it might actually get you into trouble. So I would encourage you, if you can, maybe have some sort of an investment club with your friends, with your buddies. Maybe have a professional there by way of a broker, an investment advisor, whose role is not to monitor what you do or to be the boss or the admin of the group, but merely there to occasionally answer to pressing issues. If you can't get them to be part of the group, maybe just have relationships where every now and then you invite your broker to just come in for like 20 minutes into your group to answer a question. But just know that investment requires processing of so much information that you may not be able to do on your own. So please be part of a group, make use of your broker, and make sure that there's a professional to take you along the way. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for the comments that we keep getting. We want to have more, and let's hear what you think about this recording and more that we have done. And also remember to like our Facebook page at Vincent Capital, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Vincent Capital. So this has been Smart Money, a program where we are helping you to invest like a professional. See you next time. Bye bye for now.